this season, we invited art therapist Nidhi Khurana and 4 young volunteers to work with the Art for Thought toolkit. This toolkit is a set of exercises that act as a gentle stimulus for self-directed reflection and imagining. Join us in these unique explorations. Each exercise is shaped to make you gaze inward, wonder, imagine, and feel. These exercises are paired with art from the map and the Welcome collection.
Hi, I'm Nidhi and I'm an expressive arts therapist. I use arts to work with individuals to help them understand a bit more about themselves.
Hi, I'm Ahan. I'm a 9th grader and I love doing sports and I pursue air rifle shooting professionally. And I love to listen to music.
Hi Ahan, great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
I saw you talking about your interests. Could you tell me something more about them?
Yeah, so I've always been interested in sports since I'm a child. So it's like always something different or something new. So like maybe like football and then football's boring now. So let me try cricket. And then eventually I was introduced to shooting, which I yet do. And it seemed pretty fun and like not many people know about the sport. So it was like, let me give it a try and let me see where this goes.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for 5 years now, almost.
And are you planning to take it up, say, in terms of contesting for a championship or taking it up to, say, like a state level or a national level?
Actually, I've already done that. I've played state. I've won a few medals. So this year's goal is to go for the nationals.
Well, wish you good luck for that. For this episode, we're looking at this artwork from the map collection.
Scissors.
Yeah. What do you think it's made of?
I think it's made out of a mix of metals. It seems pretty heavy to me.
Yeah, it does look very heavy. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, actually we have one at home and it's like a tailoring scissor. Like my mom, like if I ever sew some clothes or something to stitch them up, she just uses scissors to cut the thread.
Yeah, and there are these protrusions and things jutting out. What do you think?
This one on the left is used to slide it across the surface. So for example, I keep a cloth and I'm cutting it so that it doesn't get scratched. I think they use that to slide it across or something like that.
I feel it could also be used as a groove or as a positioning point for the fingers to rest on as the fingers enter the 2 circles.
Maybe, I'm not sure as well.
But it sure looks like a very purpose-specific scissors.
Yeah.
Alright, now let's get into a bit of an imaginative activity. I would really ask you to let your imagination run free.
Okay.
There are no rules here, there are no rights and wrongs. This is a pair of scissors that can be used for cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the obvious purpose. How about we try to see if the scissors is actually capable of other things?
That's interesting.
Shall we try it through a role play?
Yeah.
So you will play the role of scissors and I will ask you questions.
Okay.
So now you're a pair of scissors.
Yes.
Would you like to call yourself by a name?
Something like snip.
Okay, that's great. Hi Snip.
Hello.
So Snip, tell me something about your history. How were you invented?
I was invented because a lot of people needed me and they yet need me. So there was this one gardener who was fed up of doing his work because it was so difficult because he didn't have any good tools to use. So cutting leaves, of course, now that we think about, we have shears, we can just do it like that. But back then that didn't exist. So he went to his friend, the iron worker, and he said, iron worker, please make me a nice tool that I can use for gardening that will make my work faster and easier. And then after a lot of thought, the iron worker came up with the idea of me, the scissors. And then eventually the gardener was so happy that he went telling everybody about the new invention called the scissors. And eventually people started finding more uses for me, not only, example, cutting leaves, maybe something to do with clothing, maybe something to do with everyday life, like cutting paper or something like that. And that's how I became really famous.
Wow, that's a nice story. Okay, tell me, Snip, what else can you do besides cutting?
if you get angry at someone, you can like chuck me at them, and then they might have to go to the hospital. And talking about the hospital, I think I'm pretty much used even in the hospital. You know, there's a special version of me you get just for operations and stuff like that. I'm overall very useful.
But that's still cutting, even in surgical purposes. So yeah, I hear you say that you can be used as a weapon
Yeah.
and to take your angst out on someone.
Yeah.
What else?
You tell me.
Well, my first thought goes to it being a weapon as well. Maybe as a paperweight?
That's actually really smart. I didn't think about that, but yes, I'm a good paperweight. That's a difficult question because everybody's been mostly using me for the same purpose.
Yes.
And I haven't thought about it in that way. What else can I do except for what I'm made for?
And do you have your friends around? Like your friends who help you function well?
So there's a lot of things that help me, but one of the most important things I think someone might overlook is the thing that I'm going to be cutting. Because if there's nothing to cut, then what's the use of me?
So you mean to say that you being in regular usage is what helps you function well?
No, like something that needs to be cut helps me, because if it doesn't need to be cut, then there's no point of me.
How do you think you're a very valuable, useful tool?
People have been using me for very long, and they yet do, which means they're going to need me in the future as well. And I don't think you can make cutting simpler than scissors. It's handy, you can take it anywhere, unless like you're a child, you're not supposed to use scissors, don't do that. But then it's just like you pick me, you snip, and then you keep me back. It's actually pretty useful.
Yes. Snip, one last question. Can you think of any other tools around you that you feel can be put to unconventional uses? Maybe something here in the room around you. Can you identify? Or even if it is not here in the room, something else that you feel you use in your daily life and connecting it with something unconventional, something it doesn't do already.
I would say a spoon, because usually you use a spoon to eat, but then you can use a spoon to uncan something. Like if it's like really tight, the lid, and it's not coming off, you can like shove the spoon in it and try to lever it open. So it works like that as well. So that's like what everyone at school or something might be doing, you know. Oh, my mom closed the box too tight, I can't open it. Takes a spoon, shoves it, and then tries to open it. Something like that. Spoon, I said spoon because it's like a common thing that everyone uses, just like me, the scissors.
Yeah.
So it seemed like the right option.
And well, the spoon can also be a low-grade weapon, like you could be.
Actually, I think I'll be more dangerous than the spoon. But other than that, yeah.
Can you think of something absolutely unconventional that you have not seen a spoon being used for?
Maybe trying to pick a lock. Like something of like using the back side, like the back part of the spoon to like try to pick the lock, like shove it into the keyhole and then try to like open it, maybe.
Yeah. But then it has to be a large padlock.
A really large one. Or a really small spoon, depends.
Yeah, great. That's great. Thank you. And now you can come out of the role of being Snip.
So now Ahan again.
You're Ahan again. Welcome back.
Thanks.
So this was an example of using our imagination to go beyond our linear, logical, usual way of thinking and stimulate our creative, out-of-the-box lateral thinking process. When we make previously unrelated associations, we start to build new neural pathways. It's like building the creativity muscle, which we can then flex in various aspects of our lives.
Did you try it out with us? How was it?
Do let us know your thoughts via the form in the description below. Thanks for joining. Bye.
To know more about Mindscapes and watch other ArtSparks videos, head over to our website, social media handles, or YouTube channel.